Trying to douse my flame.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wanna be free. Oh yeah. Wait till I'm free. Oh yeah. Wait till I'm free. Then my sister don't gotta pay bills no more, then she'll be free. Then I can have my mama ride foreign like she's supposed to be, then she'll be free. Cause baby boy got it. Mama, don't you reach up in your wallet, not when you're with me. Oh no, no, no. So when I'm free, I'ma be right back home where I'm supposed to be, not in these streets. Trying to make a living for myself and my family so I can breathe. So if they need new shoes, I ain't gotta worry, cause it's all on me. Yeah, 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 yeah. The only time I feel free is with a mic, bright lights while I'm on the stage. They cheer for me. Got my whole family backstage doing the same like it should be. That would make me feel free. Yeah, yeah. That would make me feel free. I just wanna be free. Free, wanna be free, 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 free. Wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free. I don't like feeling like this. I wanna be free. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. That was my homie 216 Band from Cleveland, Ohio. That was not an AI track. Shout out 216 for that exclusive song that he dropped right there. Welcome back to Coliseum of Arguments, hosted by Titans Debate League. You know what we came to do today. Tonight, we're stepping into deep waters, not the surface level talk, not the cookie cutter stuff. We're asking questions that shake the identity of humanity to its core. We are asking, are we 100% human, or is there more to the story? We're talking evolution, genetics, Homo sapiens, and the hidden layers of ancestry that most people are too afraid or too uninformed to even touch. And trust me, we didn't just bring anybody for this conversation. We've got a powerhouse in the building, a scholar who doesn't just speak, she builds, she researches, and breaks down complex science so it hits different. When it comes to genetics, anthropology, and human origins, she stands on business. Put some respect on her name. Scholar Tiffany French. Everybody give her a round of applause.
All right,
Yes,
thank you, thank you,
yes.
thank you, thank you. Can't you hear me?
Yes, yes.
All
She's
right,
here to
thank you.
challenge assumptions, drop some knowledge, and maybe just maybe redefine what you think it means to be a human. So lock in, tap in, and get ready because this one right here, this isn't just a conversation. This is, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I can't even think. I'm stumped right now. I'm gonna just go ahead and drop a bomb. How you feeling today, Tiff?
I'm feeling all right. How you feeling?
Amazing, amazing. Happy to have you back. I've been excited. I've been seeing your posts. You've been
Oh
going
yeah.
in on the science on the regular. Definitely happy to get you to hit the stage again and bring some of this to the crowd.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. Yes.
And again, what's that topic today?
The topic is: Are we 100% human?
Let's go. I'm excited.
All right. So, peace, everybody. It's been a minute since I've been on here. All right. So there's a article that's out right now that talks about the super archaic humans and how they allegedly or supposedly interbreed with the Homo sapien. Now, also there has been studies showing that the Neanderthals and the Denisovians were interbreed with the human population, with the Homo sapiens.
Mm,
So I have some article here that I would like to read that I would like to share with you guys, and then we'll go from there. All right. So let me just go ahead and pull up the articles. All right. So let's just go up here.
take your time. Kind of slow,
All right.
smooth.
I can't see the article. Could you
Gotcha.
put the article up there for me, please? Okay. Cool. All right. So give me one moment. All right, so the title of the article is Prehistoric Humans May Have Interbred with Two Separate Superarchaic Species. Okay, so it says around 20% of our genome comes from an ancient lover. All right, so it says it turns
Ancient
out,
lover. That's what it
yep,
says.
yep,
Hey,
yeah,
let's go.
ancient lover. It says it turns out that we might actually be only 80% human, as around a fifth of our DNA seems to have been donated to us by a mysterious hominid that diverged from our own lineage more than a million years ago. At some point before our ancestors left Africa, they interbreed with this unknown species, contributing to a long and complicated series of affairs between separate hominid lineage. Right? Go down, it says the culprit in this case is referred to as super archaic because it separates from the modern human clade before we split from our closest archaic relatives. Then it goes on to say the Neanderthals and Denisovans. Recent genetic research has hinted at interbreeding between a superarchaic population and the African ancestor of all Homo sapiens. While it has also been shown that superarchaic hominids mated with the Eurasian ancestors of the Neanderthals and Denisovians before later hooking up with the Denisovans themselves. However, there remains some uncertainty over whether these admixtures events all involve the same superarchaic population or if multiple lovers were on the scene. Hoping to provide some clarity, researchers analyzed the distribution of genetic variants between modern humans, Neanderthals, and Denisovans in order to determine how much of their ancestry was shared. Their findings, which have not yet been peer reviewed, indicate that two separate superarchaic populations took part in these prehistoric rendezvous. And while the researchers can't say exactly when these episodes occurred, they were able to show that the hominid that interbreed with European archaics diverged from the human lineage earlier than the species that mated with the ancestors of modern humans in Africa. And then it goes on to say calculation also indicate that 19.6% of the modern human genome is in the fat inherited from this African superarchaic, mirroring the results of a separate study from 2025 that estimated that 21% of our DNA comes from this ancient dance partner. By contrast, only 2% of our genes are inherited from Neanderthals who interbreed with modern humans far more recently. Then it also go further down to say 20% is just a huge fraction, says study author Professor Alan Rogers from the University of Utah. When you get numbers like a 20 to 80 split, that's more like a merger of two population than little bit of gene flow into an existing population, he told IFL Science. It says it's like modern humans are some kind of mosaic. It said there's just a combination of two ancestries, neither of which was a small component of the total. So the big question, of course, concerned the identity of these super archaic contributors. Offering a hypothesis, the researchers note that the Homo erectus first left Africa and spread across Eurasia around 2 million years ago, before the ancestors of Neanderthals and Denisovians embarked on their own out of Africa expansion some 700,000 years ago. And then it goes on to say these guys would have encountered the descendants of the original out of Africa group, said Rogers. So we think there was interbreeding between the ancestor of Neanderthals and Denisovians and these Homo erectus descended in Eurasia. And it says, as far as the super archaic population that seduced our ancestors, all we know is that this hominid diverged from our lineage about 1.3 million years ago, and that the interbreeding occurred before the split between modern Africans and Europeans. Beyond that, however, Rogers said there are no suspects. All right. So that's one article. Do you have any questions regarding to that article?
It seemed pretty straightforward. It's just, it's definitely new information to me. So the
Okay.
questions, I don't know. Like, how do we know that it's accurate? That would be my first question. Um,
Well, see, there has to be more and more study.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? This is why, you have the scientific methodology, right? This is why you have archaeologists, because what they'll do is they'll go to the area where the earliest humans, you know, were located, like let's say somewhere in Africa, somewhere in East Africa or South Africa, somewhere like that, and they do excavation. And once they do the excavation, right, then they'll be able to discover, okay, there's more to the information than what we know. So it takes a lot of discovery, it takes research, it takes the scientific methodology to find out more.
Let's go. I'm excited. Next
Yeah.
article.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Honey. What's up, Honey?
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, you can pull up and ask them respectfully. I dropped that link in the chat.
Um, let me see. Okay, let's go. All right. So here's the other article, right?
Okay.
Now, from the article that I read, this is like the primary article that it came from. So it says human ancestors interbreed with two distinct populations of distant relatives. So let's go into the abstract. It says ancient DNA has shown that a distantly related super archaic population interbreed first with the ancestors of Neanderthals and Denisovians, and later with the Denisovians themselves. Others' work has shown that a super archaic population interbred with the African ancestor of all modern humans, but it is not yet clear whether these events involve the same super archaic population. Here we use the distribution of the derived alleles among population to evaluate hypotheses about superarchaics and their relationship to other hominids of the plasto. Excuse me. Now, if I mispronounce this word, forgive me. Plasticine, yeah, plasticine, and the Holocene. We find evidence for at least two distinct superarchaic population, the contributing to archaic Eurasian population, right, which is the Denisovans and the Neanderthals ancestors, diverged earlier from the human lineage than did the one contributing to early moderns in Africans. These
Uh,
findings reveal previous unrecognized structure among hominid population of the Pleistocene. All right. So the introduction goes in and says the past 15 years have revolutionized our understanding of interbreeding between ancient population. There was interbreeding not only between different groups of modern humans, but also between moderns and archaic population of Neanderthals and Denisovans. Interbreeding was documented not only in Eurasia, but also in African population, where the source population was often obscured. There was also interbreeding between Eurasian archaic population and distantly related population, which diverged early in the Pleistocene. Because this population diverged earlier than did archaics, it has been called superarchaic. There is evidence for superarchaic gene flows in the Denisovans into Neanderthal Denisovans ancestors and into Africans. More recently, several publications have argued that early modern humans were a mixed population that received a substantial fraction of ancestry from a superarchaic population that separated from the modern archaic trunk over a million years ago. So it said it's not yet clear whether there was a one super archaic population or several. Did the same super archaic population contribute genes not only to archaic Eurasian population but also to the African ones? Or were there multiple super archaic population? In what follows, we present evidence for the second of these alternatives. We show that there were at least two super archaic population. That one, the one that diverged first, contribute ancestry to archaic Eurasian population. The other contribute to the African ancestors of modern humans. All
Hmm.
right. So here's the results down here. All right. So I'm not gonna read all of it, but I'm just gonna read enough. So I'm gonna kind of skip down. Okay. Let's see something. All right. So it says our analysis involve frequency of site patterns, two of which are shown on the bottom of the graph. All right, so here's the graph right here. Okay, this is the graph they talking about. All right, so it says our analysis involved the frequencies of site patterns, two of which are shown on the bottom of the graph. If a mutation occurred on the green branch, the sample from D would carry the derived allele at this locus, and the other samples will carry the ancestral allele. This configuration is called the D site pattern, and it's shown in green at the bottom of the graph. Okay, and it says, similarly, a mutation on the blue branch would generate site pattern SYN, which is shown at the bottom in blue. All right. The relative frequency of site patterns can be estimated from data and their expected values calculated using our local fit software. Local fit estimates parameters by minimizing the difference between observed and expected site patterns frequency. Okay. And it says we use 12 published high coverage genomes, which was grouped into four sets. X, three genomes from the modern Yoruba of West Africa, Y, five from the modern French and English, R, two Neanderthals, and A, one older Neanderthal, and D, Denisovan. Thus, sites patterns are labeled with combination of these letters in lowercase. Okay. So also, it shows the two most complex models considered in the current analysis. On the left, model, I guess it's ABY. So I'm not really good at reading this little letter right here, so I don't know what this little symbol is, but it looked like it says ABY. I don't know what the little cursor at the top is, and E. But anyways, it says adds one episode of gene flow to the previous model in this episode, right? And so here's another little symbol. It says early modern humans SY received gene flow from the same super archaic population that contribute to Denisovans and to the ancestors of Neanderthals and Denisovans. The model on the right, in which you see this symbol right here. So I'm gonna highlight that symbol for you. also assumes that SY received gene flow, but in this case, the source is a distinct superarchaic population, Z, which diverged from the trunk more recently than X. In addition to these complex models, we also consider several simpler ones which omit one or more episodes of gene flow. Okay, so here it is. So here's the map at the bottom. Okay, so that's basically the results they came up with, right? All right, so okay, then it goes on to say evidence for two distinct superarchaic population. So our statistical analysis support the model. And here again the symbols in which there are two distinct populations of superarchaics, one contributing to archaics and the other one contributing to the ancestor of modern humans. This conclusion rests on the bootstrap estimate of predictive error, a statistical method for choosing among models. BPay uses the real data to estimate parameters and calculate expected site pattern frequency. It then compares these expectations to site pattern frequency in all 50 replicates produced by a moving blocks bootstrap. So BPay is the mean square difference between predicted frequencies and those observed in bootstrap replicates. All right. And it says the preferred model is the one whose BPay value is lowest, right? So it goes in table one, the preferred model is, and again, that's the symbol, but the other one, but the other BPay values are also small. So the question thus arise is how strongly should we weigh the preferred model? All right. So basically it goes in to show you like again what the result was after they done went through the process of doing the studies and doing the tests and doing the research methodology. This is what they came up with. Okay, so it kind of goes back to the question that you was asking earlier and one about um how would they be able to like find out whatnot. So again, so far this is what they researched, and this is what they discovered based on what they had studied, and so this is what came out as far as the peer review is concerned. Okay, so all right.
Oh, I'm over here muted. Sorry. I was gonna say this is really interesting. It opens
Oh,
up a lot more questions for me about what I thought I already knew than it really answers
right. I
questions.
mean, it's a lot of things that, to be honest with you, it's a lot of things that we don't really know. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? See, when it comes to like understanding like the humans, when it comes to understanding like human in general, what I'm saying, it's a lot of things that we don't know about ourselves. Like we think we know, you know what I mean? So, like for example, like for the brain, for example, the brain, which is it weighs 3 pounds, right? Our brain weighs 3 pounds. Now within that little small organ, there is so much that goes on in that small organ. There's so much that's in control of what's taking place in our bodies. Okay, control all different systems, whether it be respiratory system, whether it be skeletal system, the digestive system, the endocrine system, the circulatory, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the brain is in control of everything. So it's like there's so much taking place. And just by that being a small organ with a lot of responsibility, right? It's so much function that goes on. So I'm saying this to say that it would just take a lot of studies to really find out more about who we are as humans and like where our ancestry came from and whatnot. But one thing people have to understand is that human beings have always interbreed. Okay, they have always had some form of admixture, meaning that they have mixed in with other population. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just one isolated group they was with and that was it. No, they also, made it with other groups from other places. So especially like for example, the ones that carry the Y DNA chromosome, right? Once they travel out of Africa and they was traveling to different places or different, parts of the world, they were like mating. They were made with other, Homo sapien species in those different places. You know what I mean? And then they came back and had more offsprings. So when you if you ever take a DNA test, right? If you take like 23andMe or Ancestry, for example, well, 23andMe, for example, it'll show that you have a Neanderthal genes, and this is not by mistake. Okay, it's not by mistake. It's because of the fact that the Homo sapiens interbreed with the Neanderthals. So we think because we're black people, you know what I'm saying, like we're darker complexion, that we don't carry any Neanderthal genes, but we do. We just don't carry a high percentage of it because the average humans, or just humans altogether, only carry 2% of Neanderthals. So if you see it, you might have like 0.001% or 0.002% Neanderthal genes. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm over here muted. I'm thinking you could hear me going, uh huh. I was over here about to ask a question. Well, I was really about to say, because, so when the first article said we're only 80% human, what does that actually mean scientifically for the people who are confused at home?
That means that like the article mentioned. Let me go back and pull that article up because I closed it out.
Because I understand, but I already know people are gonna be like, man, what the heck? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They be confused.
Okay, then let me go back and pull that article up.
So I'm just thinking of the questions that the already know the people who have a hard time accepting this are gonna ask.
Okay. Let's go back to the article.
Yeah, oh yeah, take your time. Ain't no rush.
All right. All right. So let's go back. So where it says calculation also indicate that 19.6% of the modern human genome is in fact inherited from this African superarchaic. So mirroring the results of a separate study from 2025 that estimate that 21% of our DNA comes from this ancient dance partner. So by contrast, only around 2% of our genes are inherited from Neanderthals who interbreed with modern humans far more recently. So that means that whatever this ghost, we gonna call it the mysterious super archaic human, whoever
And you
that
just
is,
answered the
right?
question for me too, because actually gonna ask you, for the people who don't understand this, what exactly is a super archaic
We don't
hominid?
know.
Okay, and then I
That's
was
a
going to
good.
say, now, do we know what it is, or is it still something identified? Was what I was going to have you explain to him.
That we don't really know. We don't exactly know what it is because again, there has to be more studies and research behind it. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know exactly what this super archaic human is, or if they're gonna ever discover what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But they're only going by uh, you know, based on what they found so far. They don't have a name for it, you know what I'm saying? So they can't really say, well, is it Homo erectus? Is it is it a Homo sapien, or is it another set of Neanderthals? They can't really say what it is per se. They just know that it's a super archaic human. That's all they know.
And can you explain the difference between a Neanderthal and Denisovan, and what that is? Or if not, we could pull it up too. If you don't know, that's okay.
Okay,
We
so
could pull it up because for the people who don't study this, these terms, I know these terms are foreign, because I've read up on them and I still have to sometimes,
right, I
before,
understand, I
before I
understand,
go
I
into
understand.
science, because I only understood. I'm not gonna say how much I understood. There was some of this is over my head though.
I understand, I understand, I understand, I understand. And sometimes you gotta go back to source, you know what I'm saying? So let's go back to the source. So now I can go into this book called Evolution: The Human Stories. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Shout out King Hurt in the chat. He said Neanderthals went white or non-melanated. Um, I think
Well,
that's
you got
go ahead.
well, you got to remember at that time there was no such thing as race.
Exactly.
There was no such thing as race as we know it today. Okay.
Yeah, that's a
All right.
modern
So here it is.
invention.
Okay. So the Denisovans, right? All right. So okay, so it says the extraction of DNA from a 41,000-year-old finger bone and two teeth from Denisova cave in Siberia has led to the discovery of a completely new species known as Denisovans. Traces found in other ancient and modern DNA sequences from Spain to East Asia suggests that it was quite widespread. Although anthropologists still do not know what they look like, Denisovans were closely related to and interbred with Neanderthal. So both species probably evolved from a common ancestor around 430,000 years ago. Those that spread east evolved into Denisovans, while those in the west became Neanderthals. So Denisovans also interbred with Homo sapiens, leaving a trace of DNA in the genomes of modern humans from sapiens. I mean, excuse me, my bad. Leaving traces of DNA in the genomes of modern humans from Southeast Asia, including Melanesians and Aboriginal Australians. Their DNA also contained evidence of a further unknown source, suggesting that there may be more undiscovered species of hominids waiting to be found. So the Neanderthals and the Denisovans are they are very pretty similar to one another. I think it's just the difference is that the Denisovians, um, as far as their fossils are concerned, was found in the area we know now as East Asia, and whereas the Neanderthals, finding was discovered in Europe. So that's like the only difference, but they're like very similar to each other. And like I said, they were around before the Homo sapiens came into existence. And then when the Homo sapiens came into existence, they interbreed with them.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay, okay. You pull this down. Well, I'm gonna leave it up just in case.
Okay, but let me
Any-
see okay, so let me see what else I can get into. Okay, so let's get into the mysterious ghost population had multiple trysts with human ancestors. Okay.
your screen isn't
So
sharing anymore.
oh okay, hold on. Okay, I'm about to share the screen. My bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. I'm sorry.
Take your time. Real quick, I go to a word from our sponsors while you getting that up.
All right.
Let's be real for a second. Some of you. Amazing news! At Titans Debate League is now looking for interns. We are expanding our team and seeking driven individuals who are ready to make an impact. We're on the hunt for talented people to join our marketing team, and charismatic new hosts, and creative minds who can produce amazing content. If you have a positive attitude and are used to winning, because that's what we do here, then we want to hear from you. Join us and contribute to a culture of excellence and success here at Titans Debate League. Email us today, titansdebateleague@gmail.com. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Where Infinity Gauntlet is a mere toy compared to the intellectual prowess build and destroy the cipher. Intellectual sword to slice you, or whatever device you.
Back to you, Tiff.
Okay, then can you share my screen, please?
Yep, gotcha.
Okay. All right.
Pull this down. This comments.
Okay. So right here, this is another article that came out on February 20th of 2020. It comes from science.org. Okay. And it says mysterious ghost population had multiple trysts with human ancestors. Genomic studies show interbreeding goes back at least half a million years.
What?
Yep.
Can you? Yeah, I was gonna say, can you go to the picture of those skulls for me?
Yeah.
That's crazy work.
hmm So it says human ancestor mated with super archaics, perhaps like this 700,000-year-old Homo erectus from Java. Okay. So it says the story
And
of
those
human.
bones are 7,000 years old. That's what it's saying. That skull.
Yeah, yeah. Perhaps 700,000 year old. Yeah.
And the name of that skull was Javis.
No, Homo erectus.
Okay. I mean, did
Yep.
they name that skull though? Is there a name?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what they named the Homo erectus from Java. Yeah.
Okay. Homo erectus from Java. Java.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
hmm So it says the story of human evolution is full of ancient trysts. I guess that means like mate, or things like that. Uh, genes from fossils have shown that the ancestor of many living people mated with Neanderthals and Denisovans, a, a mysterious group of extinct humans who lived in Asia. Now, a flurry of papers suggests the ancestor of all three group mixed at least twice with even older ghost lineages of unknown extinct hominids. One candidate partner Homo erectus, an early human who left Africa by 1.8 million years ago, spread around the world and could have mated with later waves of human ancestors. So it says the new genomic studies rely on complex models of inheritance and population mixing, and they have many uncertainties, not least the precise identity of our ancestors' strange bedfellows and when and where the encounters took place. But taken together, they build a strong case that even before modern human left Africa, it was uncommon for different human ancestors to meet and mate. It's now clear that interbreeding between different groups of humans go all the way back, said computational biologist Murray Cox of Massey University of New Zealand, Turiti, who was not involved in the new studies. So the gold standard for detecting interbreeding with archaic human is to sequence ancient DNA from fossil of the archaic group, then look for traces of it in modern genomes. Researchers have done just that with Neanderthal and Denisovans genomes up to 200,000 year old from Eurasia, but no one has been able to extract full genomes from one ancient human's ancestor. So population geneticists have developed statistical tools to find unusually ancient DNA in genomes of living people. After almost a decade of tantalizing but unproven sightings, several teams now seem to be converging on at least two distinct episodes of very ancient interbreeding. Okay. So, and it says in Science Advances today, Alan Rogers, a population geneticist at the University of Utah Salt Lake City, and his team identified variation at matching sites in the genomes of different human population, including Europeans, Asian, Neanderthals, and Denisovans. The team tested 8 scenarios of how genes are distributed before and after mixing with another group to see which scenario best simulated the observed patterns. They conclude that the ancestors of Neanderthals and Denisovans, who they call Neandersovians, interbreed with a super archaic population that's separated from other humans about 2 million years ago. Likely candidates include early members of our genus, such as Homo erectus or one of its contemporaries. The missing likely happened outside of Africa because that's where both Neanderthals and Denisovans emerged, and it could have taken place at least 600,000 years ago. So I think the super archaics were the first wave of hominids who left Africa, Roger says. They stayed in Eurasia, largely isolated from Africans until 700,000 years ago when Neanderthalians left Africa and interbreed with them. So, so here's the diagram right here.
Hmm.
Okay. And it says ghosts in the family tree. At least two super archaic ghost hominids interbreed with the ancestors of Neanderthals, Denisovians, and modern humans. Right. So it shows the red line. Okay. It said later those three groups also met and mingled, blue line. All right. And it says leaving complex traces in each other's genomes. Split times are rough estimates. Timeline is not drawn to scale. All right. So here's the again, here's a diagram. Okay. To show that, the Denisovians, Neanderthals, they left Africa, and modern humans left Africa, etc. Okay. And the archaic Homo, the ghost population, the ghost group. All right. So how they mate with each other and things of that nature. Okay. So, occurring much earlier than encounters of modern humans with Neanderthals and Denisovians, the episode was the earliest known interbreeding between ancient human population and an expansion out of Africa. Rogers says other studies have hint at such ancient mixing. Cox says, but Rogers' analysis is particularly convincing. All right. So others, though, said Rogers' bold claim needs testing. One challenge is reconciling it with new results from the other researchers that shows modern human ancestors mixed with super archaic groups more recently in Africa. Just last week, for example, population geneticist Saram Sankaraman and his student Aran Duvasula at the University of California, Los Angeles, identified signs of a separate, more recent episode of missing. The researchers analyzed the genome of 405 people from four subpopulations in West Africa that were included in the 1,000 Genomes Project, a catalog of genomes from around the world. They found numerous gene variants not seen in Neanderthals or Denisovans and conclude that the best explanation was that the variants came from an archaic, extinct human. All right. So this ghost species may have been late Homo erectus, Homo heidelbergensis, or a close relative. One or more late surviving members of this ancient group met and mated with the ancestors of living Africans sometime in the past 124,000 years, the modern genomes suggest. And then also talks about another paper last month reported Neanderthal DNA in living Africans, likely from migration back to Africa by early Europeans who bore Neanderthal DNA. Sakaraman thinks some of the archaic DNA he detects in Africans may be from Neanderthals, but most is from the older ghost species. I think the true picture is a combination of both an archaic population unrelated to Neanderthals as well as Neanderthal related ancestry, he says. And it says in December of 2019, yet another study found hints of an extinct ghost population living Africans, although it was silent on the identity of the ghosts. And when they bred with our ancestor, population geneticist Jeff Wall at UC San Francisco and colleagues analyzed 1,667 genomes from diverse population in the Genome Asia 100K Consortium. They reported the strongest ghost signal in the Khoisan people and in Central African hunter-gatherers formerly known as the Pygmies, right? But Wall and other warn their methods cannot rule out that the ghosts could be one or several groups of modern humans in Africa that were separated from other moderns for so long that their genes look archaic when the groups finally came together again and mixed. Our understanding of African population history in particular is so far behind, says Joshua Aki of Princeton University. Okay, and then it goes on and says, even if they differ on particulars, the studies emphasize that long after new lineages of humans emerged, they still can mix with other quite different from themselves. Other species, such as cave bears and mammoths, show the same pattern of divergence and later mixing, says population geneticist Pontus Skoglund of the Francis Crick Institution in London. We are losing the idea that separation between population is simple with extinct isolation. Such mating between long isolated group may quickly introduce valuable new genes. All right, so that's where they cite their sources at. Okay. For example, some of the archaic alleles, Saccharomyces, spotted in Africans were in genes that suppress tumors and regulate hormones. And it says today Homo sapiens doesn't have the possibility of quickly grabbing a load of diversity by mating with another group. For perhaps the first time in our history was the only humans on the planet. It's another reason to mix our extinct cousins, says population geneticist Corina Shabush of Uppsala University, to have such a large, densely spreaded species with so little genetic diversity is a dangerous situation, she says. So, so again, um, what we do know based on the information, right, is that this is all dealing with natural selection. Okay, this is all dealing with natural selection. So that means, you're going to naturally mate with whatever you want to mate with or whoever you want to mate with. You know what I'm saying? So again, humans have always like interbred with other humans from different places, or they have had relations with Neanderthals or Denisovians, and they had their own offsprings, and then they came back to different area and brought about another offspring or whatnot. So this all of this is a result of natural selection. That's all it is. Hello, A1, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah, yeah.
Good
So
point. Good point.
yeah. Yep. So I mean, that's what we do as humans. You know what I'm saying? We go by natural selection. So
A lot of people don't believe in that natural selection, man. They get mad when I get to talking about some natural selection.
I mean, it's true. Humans are going to mate with who they want to mate with, like period. So whether it be somebody from their own ethnicity, or it could be somebody outside their ethnicity, right? They're going to mate with them. Period.
That's
You
facts.
know. And if we want to be really honest, um humans are 99.9% the same. We are 99.9% the same. The only thing that makes us different is that 1%, which deals with the ancestry. Okay. So, that ancestry plays into that 1%. You know what I'm saying? But everything else, as far as like, being in the same, um, being in the same category as Homo sapiens sapien, right? We are 99.9% the same. It's just that 1% that just makes us different. You know what I'm saying? So again, it has something to do with our genetic admixture. You know what I mean? It has something to do with the fact that our species went to certain areas and the genetic mutation took place. So where now you got people who have like different skin pigmentation. You have what we call white people, Asian people, black people, etc. But if you take that away, we just all the same. We are the same species. It's like That's it. We just have everything come. We 99.9% the same.
Now, does this new discovery challenge what we already know, or does it strengthen the evolutionary theory?
I think it does both.
Explain. Explain where
I
and
think
why.
I think that it challenged what we know because going back to those articles, we thought it was just like Neanderthal and Denisovians, right?
Hmm.
Um, and
Yeah, you're right. Because this is, and they're calling it archaic. What's the archaic hominin? Is that the word they're
yeah,
using?
super archaics.
Super archaic hominin. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
saying
uh huh,
archaic. Super archaic hominin. So this is
yeah,
a whole new branch. Then, am I?
right,
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm really understanding this correct because that's what I thought. But I'm like, wait a second.
right.
But
Yeah, it's a whole new branch. You know what I'm
so,
saying? So that's the challenging part. It's like, okay, so who is this branch? Could it be another hominid that we are part of? Do we know who they are? We don't have a clue. So therefore, there's a mystery. So that's the challenging part. But it also strengthens the concept of evolution because we realize that there's more to it than what we know.
hmm,
You know what I'm saying? So it just brings more information. It brings things to the light. You know, um, yeah. So like people think, like for example, we think that evolution is linear when it's not linear. It's actually phylogenetic. So what I mean by phylogenetic is kind of like evolution is kind of chaotic. So, like, if you look at the origin of human, it's not just go back to the hominids and the Homo erectus and the Homo habilis group and all of that. If you go further back, you will see that our ancestors can go as far back as, like, you know what I'm saying, atoms, particles, elements, you know, the cosmos. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, like, certain type of bacteria. So yeah, it's not a linear thing, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like all over the place, you know what I'm saying? We go back as far back as the primates is concerned. We go back to like certain mammals, so yeah. So evolution is not just a linear concept like we think it is,
yeah, yeah.
so
Do all humans today carry this have this trait, or you know what I
what
mean?
have what trait?
Have this in their DNA?
What you mean? I'm not
All
understanding your question.
this super archaic hominin. All humans are have this.
I mean, obviously, yeah.
Sheesh, okay. Yeah, so this definitely changes things.
I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, if you human, again, if we carry Neanderthal genes, right, and also if our species made with the Soviet, the Soviet population, and according to the article, they also made it with this super archaic human. Then, yeah, it's that strong possibility that we carry this super archaic human. And especially if this archaic human make up 20% of our genetic, our ancient DNA or whatnot. So if it makes up 20%, then yeah, we all carry that. We just don't really know what it is.
I appreciate you bringing this information out. You're the first
Yeah.
person I've seen talking about this. Shout out Uncle Jose Francis in the building. How you feeling today, man?
Good, good. And you?
Amazing, man. Amazing.
I
No.
want to ask the sister a question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Is this
Okay.
your first time doing this kind of presentation?
Somewhat. Yeah, I don't do it very often, what I'm saying? It's not my strongest area. You know what I'm saying? It's not my strongest area.
She
So
didn't do a presentation. She just went through the article with us.
yeah, I
No,
just went through the article, that's
that's
all.
it. No, I'm saying this because I'm not hearing the confidence in her voice when she's doing the presentation.
Because I don't do it very often. I just told you I don't do it's
Okay,
not my strongest SE.
no
I just
problem, no problem. I'm just trying to give you honest critique. I don't want
Yeah,
you to get
yeah, yeah,
upset
yeah,
with
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. I don't, I don't do
I
this.
don't have the courage to do it. This is not my strong suit, and I wouldn't do it because I know this is not what I'm the guy that
Yeah,
talks
but
about.
I mean,
I wouldn't do it. I'll give
right?
you credit for doing it. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. It was just something that me and brother A1 was talking about, and we just wanted to discuss because I look up stuff like this all the time, and I post it on social media. So um, so yeah, by me posting up a lot of information like dealing with evolution or anything that deals with science, I'm always posting it on my page. So we thought this was very intriguing.
I do too, and I would
Yeah,
encourage you to continue doing it and be more confident in
yeah.
what you're doing, and don't let anyone make you feel bad for doing it.
Nah, ain't nobody making me feel bad for doing
Continue doing
anything.
it. Continue doing it.
Yeah,
Because I don't have the balls to do it. I wouldn't do it. It's not my strong suit
yeah, yeah.
at all.
Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it.
So A1 man, what's going on with you? A1, you're not hearing me?
I'm
Hey,
muted. Kicking it with Tiff tonight.
Nah, man. So what was it? When is your next debate, A1? Because I find you're getting
hey,
rusty, man. You had to step.
A1, I'm gonna step away for a minute.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna step away. I'll be
Yeah.
back.
You
Okay.
had to do
Yeah.
some more
Yeah.
Apple debates, man.
Jose, she's doing her thing. You see the background, Jose?
Yeah,
Say it again?
I'm gonna step away, but I'll be back though.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. What,
You asking me about it at my debate?
she stepping away, A1? I could do that right now.
Now she is. Go
All
ahead.
right. Okay. When
You
are you
rude.
gonna?
You rude. I'm gonna tell you that. That was rude, Jose.
Okay. Oh,
That
I
was very
wasn't.
rude. You was
I
just
was,
rude to the sister. I don't like that. But go ahead, since she's already
I
said
was rude for what?
for completely taking it somewhere else other than anything that had to
Okay.
do with her presentation and asking me about
I do apologize.
my
I do
personal
apologize.
stuff. And not not my personal life, but my
I
personal
do
faith stuff,
apologize,
you know?
A1. I do apologize.
Okay.
I'm very sorry.
And I let you I,
Okay. Can I not ask the question?
when do I have another debate coming up? I actually
Preferably an able debate.
I have something coming up. I'm not sure on what topic yet though, but I am looking for somebody to debate. Yeah.
In terms of what? What topic would you like to debate or discuss? I should say.
I really don't care. I just want somebody who's a bigger opponent since I'm a platform owner. So I'm coming with some numbers. They gotta have some numbers to debate me. Uh, and
Then
yeah, I don't care. We could talk about religion, science, whatever. It's all the same to me.
what is your? Let me ask you this question. I never asked you this question. What is your position on Kemet? How do you see ancient Kemet? Because I never asked you that question.
How do I
Let
see
me
it as far as
directly ask you that question. Do you see any value in it? You don't care? I'm just curious. 'Cause I never asked you that question directly. So now I
what's
got
the
an
value
opportunity. I'll ask you directly.
in Kemet was an information hub, a spiritual mecca, I guess. I don't know. Uh, Kemet is like I'm just not no Egyptomaniac, but I don't think we all. I don't think I'm no Egyptian pharaoh or come from them.
But what is
But
it?
I give reverence to Kemet the same way that Europeans give reverence to Greece. There's a lot of information came out of there, uh, and it's one of the greatest places and spaces
Okay.
where our people thrive and did their thing. So yeah,
Have
it's
you,
like I don't know
have
what to
you
say.
read any
I don't know what you want me to say other than that. Like
have you read any texts actually?
I got the Egyptian, I got the Pred Haru over here. Yeah.
Which one? Papa Savani?
Yes, I got all these books, man. I've been studying this stuff for a long time. I have a book collection out this world, but
I would imagine you would.
you know,
You have that. You have that smart guy look.
yeah, I just be chilling, man. I just be chilling.
Right. So that would be a good debate to take on with someone.
Kemet,
Yes.
I've defended Kemet in a debate before. Well, I've almost. I didn't actually take that topic. I made them go to something else, but
That would be a good debate for you.
yeah,
I would
I'll
like to see
defend
you in
Kemet
that debate.
sometimes. And then there was a Kemet guy I wanted to debate because he thought like he was of some bloodline or some pharaoh. I'm like, man, you crazy. Like, where's your DNA test? Oh, you didn't take one. Right. Okay.
No, but DNA tests do actually come up with I think it's Ramses the second.
Well, he didn't have one though.
because apparently, as I learned, Ramses II had, I think it was Ramses had about 70 children.
He just think all the black folks on the planet is
Hey,
Egyptians.
hey, I'm back.
Hey, okay.
What's happening?
We was waiting on you. We was waiting on you.
I
Okay.
would like to become more familiar with this topic, but I just don't have the patience.
I've
Oh,
been
okay.
watching videos on this stuff so that way I could catch up, and
And that's
I
a lot of
figure
people.
as time goes by, the information I'll start to retain it, and get familiar with the terms. I think that I need to pick up some literature on it though and read it because it's that when you read it and actually look up the definitions you don't know, uh, I don't know. I find that I remember the stuff better than watching videos. So.
I don't know. I don't know anything about genetics, so I just leave it alone because I have other people in a back chat that I'm in that know way more than me. So I just stick to chemic because I don't think I have the patience to retain all that stuff.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so next question. I kind of feel like the article is. I feel like the title was clickbait though, because I still think we're human.
I
But
mean,
I think it's dope that we have this part of our ancestry, this ghost. What was the term that it used again?
Ghost
oh,
DNA.
Was it ghost? No, it wasn't ghost DNA. It was something else.
super arcade.
No, we. It
Yeah,
was. It kept saying ghost in the second article. What was it? Was it ghost DNA?
okay, let's go back to it. Let me go back to the article.
Yeah, it was saying ghost something. It
I
wasn't
do
DNA.
know what ghost DNA is, though. Ghost DNA is DNA that scientists cannot identify. They don't know where it comes from.
I just had
I do know.
deja vu.
Yeah, so the super archaic ghost hominid.
Super archaic ghost hominid. See, I knew it wasn't ghost DNA though.
Okay.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
I was actually listening. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Super archaic. Say it one more time for me.
Okay, super archaic ghost hominid.
Can you drop the links to those two articles in either the private chat? Are you a moderator on my page? Can you drop them just
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know.
comment? Okay. If you could
Okay,
just
so
drop
so
them,
I'm gonna drop the links in the back chat.
sweet. I'll get them on Facebook.
Yeah, I put it in the back chat, the little private chat.
Oh, okay. I see it over
Yeah, let me go ahead and
there. Thank
put a
you.
post another one.
So the people can get a bite of what you were reading. Because there's
Yeah.
some stuff in there. I want to go back and read it and actually Google the terms that I don't understand. It's
Okay,
gonna
then
take me
cool.
like a day or two to really get through this article because I'm gonna have to learn the back stuff first for the article to fully make sense to me. Um.
I mean,
Okay.
I get it. Like, I understand the fact that what they're saying is basically, there's like this ghost DNA, or this super archaic human that is unknown. So basically, like I mentioned before, it's basically dealing with natural selection, because that's all it is, natural selection. So that was what was going on during that time period. There was a lot of that. So you
And I
know,
just posted those links in the chat for anybody who wants to go
okay.
get them.
All right, so let me
Oh,
here.
you can.
I got another one, and then let me post this other one. Let me post this other one. Do, 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 do. Um. Okay.
But see, and then Jose, like, now that
Yeah.
I'm the host now, like, I don't really care to argue with people, man. So I'll debate, but the only way I'm debating is on the clock. Like nobody's getting really a discussion out of
Okay,
it.
then. Hey, I post the other two links in there.
Got you. Let me post it
Yeah.
again. Somebody was
Yeah.
asking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good looking. You the
Mm-hmm.
only person talking about this. This is crazy.
Well,
It occurred,
more.
bro.
Yeah, more and more people got to, like, what I'm saying, read more into science. You know what I'm saying? They have to get more into studying and get into more details, get more familiarized with this. So like I said, I look up stuff like this all the time, and I post on my social media page all the time, dealing with this information. But I don't often talk too much about it. Like, well, I don't talk much about it on my channel. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's again, my main thing, like my main focus will be more of like psychology or sociology type of thing.
Hey,
That's my main focus.
you been holding back on me. Bring some of that over here.
Yeah.
I, hey,
Yeah.
when I put another link in there for the first
I see
whole
you trying
genome
to.
study.
I
That is
already.
for
I opened it and looked
ancient
at it.
people.
I see you trying to sneak that in there with her
Right.
stuff.
That is the first whole human genome study from an ancient Egyptian. That's the
Okay.
only one that they have.
Oh.
So that gives a sort of look into what the genome might have been like.
A
They
bookmark.
found it in a they found it in a they found him in a rock tomb.
I
Mhm.
just bookmarked this so I can check it out later.
Right. They found him in a rock tomb in a clay jar, and apparently that preserved DNA more than mummification.
Hmm.
With mummification, they
Oh.
lose DNA.
Interesting.
So
What
they
were you
took a
saying?
tooth. So they took a tooth from the remains and got a whole genome study, and he's 80% North African and 20% West Asian.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
So they have but they have this dispute as to how they're trying to qualify the black part of him, the North African part. There's a big dispute on how they're classifying that. So, but if you read the article, it explains his genome. It explains the modern Egyptian genome and tells you how all of the African that they have in them is a recent addition, and they have like the Greek and Roman and all of those invaders DNA within them. So to tell you that's kind of telling you that they're not indigenous because most of the DNA is not indigenous to Africa to anywhere in Africa. They're made up of all the invader population's DNA.
Hmm. So, Tiff, um, does this
Mhm.
mean that there's a whole different population that we don't know about based off of what these articles show?
Yeah, I answered that question earlier. You asked me that earlier.
Well, I'm thinking like how many though? Like, because
Wh-
I'm in my head, I'm thinking small. I'm not thinking like a whole continent of people. But do you think it was like something to that effect?
Um.
I don't
ag-
know.
ag-
That's crazy. I'm just I couldn't even
Again,
guess.
it could be more. It could be more. You know what I'm saying? It could be more. It's a lot more that scientists gonna have to discover as far as like, if there was like other, human species besides the one that we know of. So that's something that scientists gonna have to discover more on.
Mm. So are we 100% human or not? For the people at home asking.
Um, well, as far as I know, I mean, I believe that I believe that we are humans regardless. I believe that we are humans regardless, but we just happen to have like some admixtures. Period. We just have admixtures, so you know that's why I believe we just carry admixtures. So it's plausible. It's plausible that we carry this ghost gene or ghost DNA, whatever you want to call it. Um, it's a strong possibility. But I know for a fact that we do carry Neanderthals genetics as well. You know what I'm saying? But it's just at a very small percentage. So yeah.
Hey. Yeah, I think this is going to rewrite history.
Yeah. But it's more that has to be discovered. I'm trying to find another one, another article that I saw. It had something to do with North Africa, archaic humans in North Africa.
Pull it up for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, this is definitely going to rewrite history, folks, or at least add another chapter to it. Shout out Tiffany French for being ahead of the curve with this information.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. It starts with an M. Starts with an M. I can't remember how to spell it. I think that's how you spell it. Hold on, let me look it up because I remember seeing an article on it. It was I think I posted last night.
Yep. If you send me the Facebook link, I could pull up, or you can share it from share the
Yeah, hold
Facebook.
on. Hold up. Hold on. Shoot, I'm trying to think.
Make sure that you hit that thumbs up and share this to a friend so they can get a bite of this.
Okay. I see it now. I'm finna go ahead and post it up. I'm finna go ahead and hold on. I'm finna post it up. All right. All right, then let me go ahead and share it with you real quick. See, let me go ahead and share it with you. So, can't you share my screen, please?
Gotcha. It's kind of going slow. Oh, hold on. There we go. Harambe.
All right, do you see
R.I.P.
it?
Harambe, man.
Do you
They,
see it?
yeah, they took my homie Harambe out, man. R.I.P. Harambe. No, I see it.
Okay.
Previous research has established that apes first appeared at least.
Okay, so it says 18 million year old fossils of ape found in Africa, but in an unexpected place. So the ancestor of apes was long thought to come from East Africa, but newly discovered fossil in Egypt may prompt a rethink. So it's called rip was it Massaripithecus. Ripithecus. It starts with an M. Okay, here it is. I think it's called Massaripithecus. Uh,
Say that three
Magon.
times fast.
Yeah, is it Hold on, Massaripithecus. Uh, Magon Magonensis. Magonensis. If I'm saying it right, if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's what they call it. Anyways, it says the discovery of inanimate apes 18 million year old fossil in Egypt hints that the ancestor of all living apes, a group that includes humans, may have originated in northeast Africa or Arabia, a new study finds. Scientists have long assumed that modern apes originated in East Africa, but the newfound fossils, which belong to a new genus and species, suggest they emerged further north. So, discovering a fossil ape in this region is both significant and somewhat surprising. Study first author Saruk al Ashkar, a paleontologist at Masura University in Egypt, told Live Science in an email, but it also highlights how incomplete our picture has been. Okay. So it goes on to say previous research has established that apes first appeared at least 25 million years ago. They soon flourished, diversifying into dozens of species and spread across Africa, Europe, and Asia. So, but relatively few of these ancient apes were on the evolutionary line leading to modern apes, a group that includes humans and other great apes, along with gibbons and shamans. Moreover, the apes that were on our ancestral line seem to have been confined largely to East Africa. As such, this region has long appeared to be a good place to search for the origins of modern apes. And it says, however, after finding the fossilized remains of an ape that lived in what is now northern Egypt between 17 million and 18 million years ago, Al Ashakar and her colleagues challenged this idea in a study published in March 26 in the journal Science. So the remains discovered in 2023 and 2024 are very incomplete. Just a few fragments of lower jawbone and some worn teeth. But Al Ashakar and her colleagues established that the remains didn't belong to any known ape species. The researchers have assigned the fossil to a new genus and species named Mosripithecus maganensis. The genus names translate to Egypt monkey or trickster in Arabic and Greek, while the species names refers to Wadi Magra, where it was found. Okay, so
Oh,
so
can you
yeah,
go back
it
up to
that
the map for me so
huh
we can see, can you go back up to the map so we can see the migration pattern that they have for it?
right here.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's dope. Can you post that?
Mm-hmm.
Give me that link too so I can post that and share it.
Yeah, sure.
I'm saving all of these for later.
Yeah, so this supposed to be like, I guess that this supposed to be the common ancestor of
Ha! That's our common
humans.
ancestor. Well, I'll be a
Yeah,
monkey. So
because well, you know, when I say common ancestor, right, that does not mean that okay, we come directly from, you know, this
yeah, I know.
particular, yeah,
We had a common
but you
ancestor with
know,
one, and it split, and then we split. And
right, right, exactly,
we didn't come from monkeys.
right, yeah. So that's the misconception. People still go along with the fact that we believe that we come from monkeys, and no, we don't come from monkeys directly. Like monkeys don't give birth to humans. Okay, like that's just it's impossible. It's impossible to give birth to humans as a monkey, and it's impossible for a human being to give birth to, you know, monkeys and gorillas. You know, but we just share common ancestry.
Ooh, I've seen a
Okay.
couple people looking like one though, but
Oh, woo-hoo.
close.
Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. That is not nice at all.
Hey, everybody can't be blessed like you. Look at you over here with this nice picture over here. Got you shining on the background.
Oh, uh huh. All right, so I posted in the chat.
Okay, I'm about to copy and paste it right now.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And everybody can bookmark these and review these at your leisure.
Mhm. Yeah. So
Appreciate you bringing this information out because I hadn't heard anything about this new
okay, so
ghost
let me
hominid.
go into the phylogenetic real quick. All right, let's go into like the human classification and, you know, the monkey classification, etc. Monkey classification. Let me go into there. Let's like, cause it would help break it down. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to find a good picture.
Bookmark this. They had a picture of him though.
Huh?
They said they had a picture of the common ancestor. Image
Hold on.
credit Meraki or Anton.
Okay. Let me see if this picture big enough. Okay, then. So let me go ahead and share this picture to kind of like show people.
You got it.
Okay. So I don't know if you're able to see that picture. Can't you see it?
You might gotta zoom in. Yep, you gotta zoom in. So
Well, I'm not gonna be able. Hold on. Let me see. I don't think I'm able to zoom this in. Well, you know what? let me do it like this. 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 Okay. Okay, maybe I need to go to the AI. Yeah, let me go to the AI. Do it like that. Okay. I don't know. Can't you see it?
Yep.
Okay.
So
So, all right. So right here, trying to see if I can take this down. I can't take this part off here. All right. Okay, so it says human and monkey are both members of the order primates, but they belong to different evolutionary branches within that group. In modern biological classification, humans are not classified as monkeys. Instead, humans are classified or are categorized as great apes.
mm,
Okay, so both humans and monkeys share the same high level classification until the pri- private order level where they diverge into different superfamilies. Okay, so you see monkeys and human classification in the kingdom. We come from the animal kingdom, of course. So whether people know it or not, yes, humans are part of the animal kingdom. Okay, we do carry animal nature. All right, so the phylum is Chordata. Okay, you see the phylum Chordata. All right, the class is Mammala, which is the mammals. Okay, so we come from the mammals. The order is primates. Okay, and then the suborder is Hyporhini. The Hyporhini means dry nose. All right, and the infraorder. Okay, now down here, this is where it's cut off. Okay, this is where the differences take place. So under where it says prop order, okay, so the human comes from the Katarinhi and the monkey comes from the Platarinhi. Okay, all right, and then you see super family, the apes, and see, and over here for the monkey is old world monkeys.
mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh,
but
what was the species at the bottom?
which one? Right here?
Species, Homo sapiens. Okay, yeah. I'm just wanted to see go all the way to the bottom. Genus. Yep.
Mhm. Yep. So, this is where our differences come in. But
And what's this
everything else,
chart called for the people who don't know what this is called? Scientific classification comparison.
right? It's called taxonomy. Tax as in X man, Onomy. Again, Tax as in X man, Omony.
Taxonomy.
Yeah, taxonomy. Yep, taxonomy. That's what it's called. Or just put a human classification, monkey classification. Okay, so just put a scientific classification comparison for humans and monkeys.
You the first person to pull this out on this channel.
Yeah.
That's a
So yeah,
fact.
yeah, this is where that way people can read it up and study for themselves. So yeah, we do share a lot in commons with the monkeys, but we're not the same. But we do have a lot in common with them. I'll do you another one. We have a lot in common with dogs.
Mm,
So let's look up human classification in dogs.
hmm. Yeah, you got to show me this one.
Okay.
I gotta see this.
Okay. Okay. So here go humans classification, dog classification. Domain eukarya. The kingdom animal. Phylum chordata. The class mammal. All right, and this is where the difference come in the order. because we are primates, and the dogs are considered as carnivore. Okay, so the differences take place from the order all the way down to the subspecies. But when it comes to the domain and class, we have a lot in common with the dogs. When it comes to the domain all the way down to the class, we share something in common.
Mm.
Okay.
So who done made it with a dog?
Ain't nobody, we didn't make with no dog.
Okay. How
No.
did we get that then?
Okay. Once again, the eukaryote, right? The kingdom. We are in the animal kingdom. So we both are part of the animal kingdom. And the chorida, all right, which is the phylum, okay, which I believe deals with the vertebrates, and the vertebrate deals with back. Like animals, like the dogs have backs, we have backs. Um, we both are mammal because like dogs have the ability to nurse and give birth. You know what I'm saying? We also have the ability to nurse and give birth as well.
Now, do
And
some?
that
I'm sorry. Go
and
ahead.
dogs have the ability to procreate. We also have the ability to procreate. All right. But the differences come into place because we eventually evolve into primates. They evolve into the carnivoria. Okay. Like dogs come from wolf families.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, and we come from primates, what I'm saying? We come from, the great apes and stuff like that, you know.
I thought I heard before that some humans have wolf DNA or something like that.
Oh, I don't know about human having wolf DNA.
That's gotta be pseudo. I'm looking it up right now.
I don't know. I mean, I could look that up.
No, yeah, that's crazy.
But we are mammals
Mhm.
and we are in the animal kingdom. Yeah. It's just that we don't want to accept the fact that we are part of the animal kingdom.
It says we do share a high percentage with mammals like wolves, though, but we
Yeah.
also share 60% DNA with
See, you
bananas.
gotta remember this is evolution.
Hmm.
Evolution is not just very linear, it's very chaotic. This is dealing with phylogenetics, okay? So this is what phylogenetic looks like. So let's go into what phylogenetic is. Okay, let's look up phylogenetics. So phylogenetics is the study of evolutionary relationship among biological entities, often species, individuals, or genes. It uses shared traits and genetic data to map out a tree of life showing how different organisms evolved from common ancestors. Okay,
Hmm.
you got it? So go down here, the phylogenetic tree. The results are visualized in a cladogram or phylogenetic tree. Nodes represents a common ancestor where a lineage split. Branches represent the evolution of a lineage over time. Clades, a group that includes a common ancestor and all of its descendants.
Let's go.
Yeah, so right here, phylogenetics move classification beyond just looking similar to understand actual genetic history. For example, it proved that birds are technically a specialized group of dinosaurs. Whales are more closely related to hippos than to fish.
Hmm.
Human and chimpanzees share about 98.8% of their DNA, indicating a very recent common ancestor roughly 6 to 7 million years ago. Yeah.
6 to 7 million years ago. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mhm.
Dang, I wonder what it looked like back then, man.
Well, I mean, let's just say the earliest humans, they were not as okay. Most of them were short. They were short stature. Most of them,
Like the Twa,
like the who?
like the Twa people.
Yeah, like yeah, like the pygmies. Like
Mm.
the pygmies. They short people.
Yep, that's
So
what I was talking about.
yeah, yeah. So the earliest human, they were short. I'm talking about well, before there was Homo sapiens. Yeah, the earliest like hominids and all of that, they were basically short. And then when the Homo sapiens came about, you got some that are tall, some are short stature, etc. But anything that was prior to Homo sapiens, most of them they was short. They was short stature.
When did taller humans or height start to come about? Like six
During the
feet.
Homo sapiens,
Okay.
when the Homo sapiens came existing, yeah, that's when you start seeing like taller humans. That's where you start seeing more of taller humans.
Are giants real?
What you mean, like giant humans? Are
Yep.
they real?
Yep.
Depends on what you mean by giant. Like, what height are we talking about?
Maybe 9 feet or taller. I don't know.
I,
What would be considered a giant? That's a good question.
I mean, I consider a giant as somebody being like over 7 feet tall.
Yeah, do giants exist?
I mean, it could be a possibility. Depends on their height. What you consider as a giant, because to me, a giant could be somebody that's over 7 feet tall.
And I guess back then, when everybody's short as a pygmy, somebody 7 feet tall probably is a giant to them. So
Yeah. Yeah, somebody that's 6 feet tall is a giant to somebody that's a pygmy that's short. You know what I'm saying?
big facts, big facts.
Hmm.
25 feet or better, says Fusion Design. I wonder
Hmm.
where'd you get that number from, Fusion? 25 feet. Whew.
And within our African genetics, you're gonna see that there's more tall people in our African culture, in our African ancestry. So they'll be either like 6 foot or like 7 foot, mostly men. The average woman will probably be like up to like 5'10", and some women they'll be at 6 foot, maybe 6'5". But the average man will be like over 6 feet tall. So in our culture, you know, tall heights, what I'm saying, anybody that's over 6 feet, that's very common. That's very common in our ancestry. Because, going back to, our African ancestors, what I'm saying, like there was a lot of them that was tall. And the women, they weren't as tall. Like the tallest one would probably be like 5'11" or 6 foot. But for the most part, they were like so short stature. And when we talk about short stature, we talking about like 5'2", maybe 5'3", 5'4", 5'5".
5'5" on the tall side.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's like kind of like, oh yeah, medium height for a woman. Yeah,
Interesting facts.
yeah. Yeah. So you have to look at genetics too. Genetics plays a factor in that. And then like where in the Asian culture, you don't find too many tall people in the Asian culture, or in the Asian genetics. Like most of the Asian, they short people. So most of them don't have like tall heights. No,
Yeah, you don't see a bunch of Yao Mings running around.
right? Exactly.
So yeah,
It's very rare.
very, very, yeah.
And
Yeah.
just like with the Hispanic, like with the Mexicans, they're not very tall. Most of them are not very tall. So
Yeah, now that you mention it, I've never seen one taller than me.
Right, exactly.
And I stay in the city I'm in. It's a lot of Mexicans. It's a sanctuary city, so they call it Little Mexico too.
Mm-hmm. So
Yep, I've never seen a Mexican taller than me. That's crazy.
so genetics play a factor in that.
More than twice as tall as any recorded human, I would call a giant. Otherwise, it's more perception. Shout out Fusion Design.
Yeah, so yeah. So again, yeah, as far as your question is concerned, are giants are real? I don't know. I can't say yes. I can't say no. I mean, it depends on what you consider as a giant. like the brother says, all perception. So
Big facts, big facts. I appreciate you bringing this information through again.
hmm
It's always fun every time you come through. You always bring me something to bust my head. And like I say, I saved all these links. I'm about to go back and read all of this. You gave me some homework for the week.
yeah,
I'll probably be going over this for the next week or two.
I
Uh,
mean, yeah, and then also get books on evolution. You know what I'm saying? Get books on evolution. I could tell you what articles, like what website to look up, information on science, anything they deal with scientific articles. Um, I'm gonna post it in the back chat.
mm.
So
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm following you. So every time you post something, I see it.
yeah,
Well, not every time, but I be when I do see your name, I always check it out.
yeah. So yep. So I post two of them back there for you,
Look,
and then you also can look on Wikipedia if it helps. When you look on Wikipedia, just look at the bottom of the page, and you'll see where it says references, sources. Yeah.
physics.org.
Mm-hmm.
Good looking.
Yeah, nature.com. Uh-huh. Let's see. Here's another one. Science. Let's see. Science Direct. Yeah, you can look up Science Direct.
Eye
Um,
drops made from pig semen deliver cancer treatment to mice. Science. How do they know that?
what? What you reading?
It said, I'm about to share the screen. 'Cause I went to
Okay.
nature.com and it's like I say, the stuff that be out here be blowing my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, it blows my mind too.
Oh wait, this is the wrong. That's the wrong thing. Let me find it. I got all these windows pulled up. Here we go, nature.com. Yeah, this is crazy. What? And how do they know this? I'm gonna have to read it to find out now. It says eye drops made from pig semen deliver cancer treatment to mice. It's like who's playing with pig semen? But I'm gonna
Uh,
read it and find out.
I mean, it could be a possibility. It could be a possibility. I mean, it sounds crazy, but it could be a strong possibility. Like they use cow maneuver, for the soil on the ground for plants, you know? So yeah. And cow maneuver is nothing more than the cow boo boo.
Mm,
So it could be a possibility again, organisms use other organisms for different reason, for different purpose.
true, true.
Yeah, so
I appreciate you pulling up tonight, as always. Let me know when you got another fire one for us. You know I'm here
uh
for it.
yeah. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you connected.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Closing remarks before we get out of here.
Well, the closing remark is, one thing people gotta understand that science is all around us. Science is all around us, and we are using science every single day. You know what I'm saying? We are using science and we are living science. We are living science. We are breathing science. We are living science from physics to chemistry to ecology, biology, to psychology. Anthropology, we are living science. Science is all around us. So it's like whether people want to study on information or not, we are like we have to just face the reality that we are the science.
And Earth is our lab.
Yeah, the earth is our lab, you know. So
Drop a bomb on them. That's big facts. That's big facts. Tell them where they can find you at as well.
uh well, you can find me on Tiffany 89 on YouTube.
Make
Um
sure you go subscribe, everybody.
yeah, you can subscribe to my channel. And you can also find me on TikTok, which is Lightbread 89 on TikTok.
Hey, let me go add you real quick right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in here in the back chat for you. Lightbread 89.
What do you do on shorts? You hold panels.
I'm sorry.
I say, what do you do on TikTok normally? Do you host panels, post
Nah,
short,
I just post videos. That's it.
light bread 89?
Yep.
I spelled it wrong. Lift bread, light. What made you come up with light bread?
Well, that's the nickname that my father gave me because out of all his kids, I'm the lightest one.
Oh,
Yeah.
following.
Yeah. So that's the nickname that my father gave me. So I ran with it ever since. Yeah, I ran with it ever since.
Baked cabbage. Okay, let me get off here. I'm looking at your baked cabbage video. Okay, we're gonna everybody make sure you go subscribe to Tiffany 89 on YouTube and Lightbread 89 on TikTok. Give her a subscribe, show her some Titan love.
hmm
Um, and until next time we have her back, make sure that you stay studious. And she gave you guys some good resources. I posted the links in the chat. Make
hmm
sure you go get those. I bookmarked everything, so if you can't find them, just hit me up, and I'll make sure you get those articles that she was reading from today. We're going to end with the song by Connie Sun, Same Heart. I usually play them on Spotify. You
hmm
can play him on any platform, though. Head on over to his Facebook,
hmm
Connie Sun, SUN, and tell him A1 sent you. Show him some Titan love as well. And remember my motto: treat your smile like your money, and never let them steal it. We
Oh
out.
nah. Oh, well, the brother asked a question. Is it just me, or are the women here scientific and the men pseudo in thinking? Just an observation.
He's very stating the obvious, huh?
Yeah. Now I just thought that was interesting.
Mr. Stating the obvious. No, I'm
Yeah,
joking.
that's fusion design.
Shout out Fusion Design. I'm just joking.
Yeah, yeah. So he was asking that question. So yeah.
It definitely seems like that. No men have come up here to drop any presentations on evolution at all. Just women. So seems a bit suspicious if you ask me.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah. I just thought that was interesting. That's all. I just thought that was very interesting that he posted a comment on it.
appreciate
Yeah.
you tuning in today, Fusion Design. Yep, that's Tiffany 89. Is Tiffany 1989?
What my channel,
Yeah.
my YouTube channel,
Yep.
is Tiffany 89, not 1989, just 89.
Okay. I saw the comment. It's had 1989 on there. Okay, everybody. Yep. Make sure you go
Oh yeah,
subscribe.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna show as Tiffany 1989. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna show it is there, but yeah, the channel is Tiffany 89. But yeah, you will see Tiffany 1989. Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm already subscribed. I'm over
yeah.
there. All right, yeah. I was pulling up. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Back to what I was saying. We're about to end with the song by Connie Sun, Same Heart. I usually check them out on Spotify, but you can
Uh-huh.
go listen to him on any platform. Head on over to his Facebook and show him some Titan love. And remember my motto: treat your smile like your money, and never let them steal it. And we out of here. Peace, y'all.
All right, peace.
Have a good night, sis.
All right, you do the same.
So.
whatever. How the hell did we just fall apart? You was my brother, know that I love you. I would've gave you my own heart, and I would've never owned any level. Think about letting that thing small, knowing that we got the same heart. It's crazy we ain't got the same heart, and they the one taking the aim for it, and I'm the one taking the blame for it. They ain't got no shame in the game for it, till I come back around with that pain for it. You gon' pay for the time you was hating, you gon' pay for the time you was dirty macking, you gon' pay for the time that you hit on women, you pay for the time that you flipped on family. Karma gon' come your way, young nigga. It can be any day, young nigga. The way that you played your hand, I forgive you, but back in that sandbox, can't forget you. Killing my mentor, tell your little brother the issue. How did we go to them pistols? Know I'm official, know that I try to uplift you. Kinda knowing that I miss him. We was together, down for whatever. How the hell did we just fall apart? You was my brother, know that I love you. I would've gave you my own heart, and I would've never owned any level. Think about letting that thing small, knowing that we got the same heart. It's crazy we ain't got the same heart, and I'm the one taking the blame for it, and they the one taking the aim for it. They ain't got no shame in the game for it, till I come back around with that pain for it. You gon' pay for the time you was hate, you gon' pay for the time you was dirty macking, you gon' pay for the time that you hit on women, you pay for the time that you flipped on family. One more hit, it really ain't gon' matter. More pale lips, just me, more chatter. Can't hold hands going up no ladder. I fall from up here, then my shit gon' shatter. I'm putting on for my whole family, but we on a different road, family. You told folk that I told family, but I never did fold when the folks had me 100. I never been fake in front. I told younger nigga make him something, you told younger nigga take him something, and he the one that took that from his cousin, and that there got the whole family fussing. Got big sis beefing with her brother, even through it all still know that I love you, but every second I think I trust you. I'm dead, I'm smart in the game, you made it hard in the game. I'm loving, I started the lane, I'm hard as they came. Melody target they brain, and they draw like a mark to a flame. How far I done came, you was not part of the blame, you was just part of the strain. You was so grimy that niggas ain't wanna come fuck with me, but that's just part of it. And I'm the one taking the blame for it, they the one taking the aim for it. They ain't got no shame in the game for it, till I come back around with that pain for it. You gon' pay for the time you was hate, you gon' pay for the time you was dirty macking, you gon' pay for the time that you hit on women, you pay for the time that you flipped on family. We was together, down for whatever. How the hell did we just fall apart? You was my brother, know that I love you. I would've gave you my own heart, and I would've never owned any level. Think about letting that thing small, knowing that we got the same heart. It's crazy we ain't got the same heart. Ain't getting it like this on them. Ain't getting it like this on them. Ain't getting it like this on them Monday. No, I'ma grind till I can grind no more. I'ma shine until I blind your glow. Gotta grind until you out that hole. You can die from being down so low just to cleanse your soul. You forgive and let go. Gotta dress warm in the world so cold. Gotta keep your eyes on your friends and your foes. Gotta stack bread till that shit don't fold. Cause on Tuesday, hard work, no play. I'ma bulldoze everything in my way. Cause on Wednesday, spending time with my babe. Cause ain't no getting in the way of hump day. And Thursday, I'm working, my pockets ain't hurting. Friday, I'm fly, my co-workers be flirting. Saturday, that's when I'm flexing my muscle. Sunday, I'm thanking my God for my hustle. Cause they ain't getting it like this on a Monday. They ain't getting it like this, they ain't getting it like this. They ain't getting it like this on a Monday. No, they ain't getting it like this on a Monday. They ain't getting it like this, they ain't getting it like this. They ain't getting it like this on a Monday. No. Work it till I turn to a boss. Gotta stunt into a turn to a floss. Gotta learn from every time that I lost. So that little note you got, you about to pay it off. Now they hating now, cause you made it now. Took a long time, you was patient now. Work hard for it, wasn't no handouts. Like some braces when they done, pull them bands out. Remember on a Tuesday, all work, no play. I'ma bust a doubles for them haters that was fake. Cause on Wednesday, spending time with my big cuz ain't no getting in the way of hump day. And Thursday, I'm working, my pockets ain't hurting. Friday, I'm fly, my coworkers be flirting. Saturday, that one, I'm flexing my muscle. Sunday, I'm thanking my God for my hustle. Cause they ain't getting it like this on a Monday. They ain't getting it like this, they ain't getting it like this. They ain't getting it like this on a Monday. No, they ain't getting it like this on a Monday. They ain't getting it like this, they ain't getting it like this. They ain't getting it like this on a Monday. No, Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. I know they gon' hate, I'm letting that go. Cause one thing I know, they ain't getting it like this on a Monday.